Hi, I'm Will Vogelzang, and this is Sports Talk. I'm here with,
Braden Barr.
Costi Muncie.
Wes Huber.
and we're just going to talk a little bit what it's like to be on the basketball team and, some experiences we've had. All right, so, I assume a lot of you guys have been going to Timothy for a little while. You've watched some games in middle school. Out of all the years or basketball games you've seen here at Timothy, what was one that, was your favorite or, one that stood out to you?
I love the Latin game sophomore year. Wes hit the game winner, and that was pretty awesome. Yeah, on JV, but it was awesome. Or in 8th grade, whenever we played Aurora Christian, we would always beat them, and that was fun.
Yeah.
When I was in 8th grade, I believe, 7th or 8th grade, we had the state team. And I remember going to those games, and that was just a ton of fun watching those guys. That was probably the best team we've ever had. And, those guys were incredible.
Yeah. Costi, you have
I don't really have any big memories.
Just your favorite game or something.
Yeah, it was probably the one where Wes hit the game winner. That was probably the best one. That was a great moment for the team.
Yeah, it was from half court, right?
Yeah, it was just about. Yeah,
that's what I heard. Half court.
It was way better. It was way better. He hit a fadeaway and broke this guy's ankle.
Yeah, and it was off a play too.
Yeah.
So it was perfectly drawn up.
Well, I was gonna ask what all your favorite moments are, individually as a player, but I think we already know Wesley's. So, do you guys have any individual moments that you'd be on my whole career, playing basketball, this had to be my personal favorite moment?
I love playing Wheaton, and I feel like I always have a good game against them, and it's always fun to play against them, and the atmosphere is always really fun, and yeah.
Absolutely.
I would say that over my time, I probably... Wait, what was your question again?
Just your favorite individual moment, on the on any basketball team, really.
Last year, I had this... We were playing this one team, and I got in the game, and I went in the post and scored, and then I just flexed on their entire bench. And that was probably a good moment for me.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Boy.
All right, so being at a smaller school, we got 400 kids. A lot of kids participate in more than one sport. So, do you guys, participate in more than one sport? And if so, is basketball even your primary sport, or you just kind of play it because you find joy in it and it's what you like to do?
I mean, I like basketball a lot. I'd probably say that and soccer are my two main sports. I'm also playing lacrosse right now, and I used to do track, but yeah.
I play golf as well, but I mean, basketball has just always been a way to have a good time with your friends more as throughout high school, creating memories. Even if it's not totally serious, you're going to college, it's still good to be on a basketball team. For me, at least, just because it's just a good surrounding to be with in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, I play soccer as well. I also run track, but soccer's always been my main focus. Want to play that in college. But the atmosphere on the basketball team's great, and I think that's what has kept me coming back every year.
All right, so Wesley and Costi both mentioned it, but do you guys have any aspirations to play in college, or even not on the basketball team, but maybe an intramural team, or just a small league, while you're in college, continue your passion for basketball?
Yeah, I mean, obviously playing two college sports would be pretty difficult, but I think college intramurals, I've heard, is very fun. Definitely going to play basketball next year in high school, but I think college soccer is definitely the route I'm going to go. But then intramurals with your friends would be a ton of fun.
In college, intramurals still... I'd still want to still play basketball, intramurals and stuff, just for the love of the game,
Yeah, I don't really know. How is intramurals even work? Is it literally just another league? It's just you're not good enough to be on the actual team?
Yeah, so it's like a YMCA league. You can maybe have 1-2 practices, and then every Saturday you have 1 or 2 games. And
yeah, that would be super fun.
Yeah, you put on a penny and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would definitely do that.
Yeah.
Soccer, basketball. yeah, whatever. I would definitely do that too.
All right. So, obviously basketball, you play on a team, but you also have like coaches and stuff. So, over the years you've been playing basketball, what's like your favorite advice any coach has ever given you? You don't necessarily have to give a coach's name, but just something that kind of stuck with you that you apply to the basketball court, but maybe you also would apply, outside of basketball into your life.
I don't know if I have a specific quote from a coach, but our 8th grade coach, Mr. Kowitz, has always been my favorite. He's just always been one of my favorite coaches, and I just really like the guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say like a piece of advice would be that I've taken pretty seriously is you have to work outside of practice. Obviously, everybody puts in work during practice, but if everybody's putting in work during practice, you're not going to excel past those players. If you really want to excel, and this just goes with anything in life, you have to do more than everyone else is doing.
Absolutely. I think, that applies to all areas of life. You're never going to become successful if you're just doing as much as the guy next to you,
Yeah.
So, maybe this will probably be one of our last questions, but what is one thing that you guys feel you struggle with individually on the basketball, or, maybe your team struggled with, not to bring anyone down or to bring yourself down, but something that you're going to work on this off season to, elevate your game and elevate your team?
I could use a bit more mental focus on the court. Sometimes I lose my cool, and I just got to get it together. And also, I could work on some 3-point shooting, help stretch the floor a little,
Yeah.
I think our team just needs to get better at like playing together as a team and not for themselves. Because if they did that, they'd probably do better. But yeah, that's my part.
Individually, not the best shooter of all time, more of a hustle defensive player. And then, obviously work on my shooting. And then as a team aspect, we throw a lot of turnovers. Just be more careful with the
Lots
ball.
of turnovers.
Lots of them.
We'll see. We'll see how the next season works out since we're getting a new coach and everything.
Yeah, tune in next week. We're going to have another episode talking about future coaches for the Timothy Christian basketball team and, maybe some rising stars. Talk about what Timothy is going to do next year. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, he was. He was a sophomore, though, not really that much insight. Everything kind of goes over the sophomores' heads. All right, so I'm going to count to 3, and then I'm going to do the intro.
All right.
Hi, I'm Will Vogelzang. This is basketball, and I messed up. Hold on. This is Sports Talk. Yeah, this is Sports Talk. Yeah. And then I'll have you guys introduce yourselves.